Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Garlic is saying hello as well. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we'll be coming to Upper Lebanon. However, before we go there, I had actually forgotten to use this Banner of the King emote we got on the last episode. I was waiting for it so eagerly, and now not using it seems like a waste. So I'm gonna take down my fishing skill from this, from my bar, and I'm instead gonna get the Banner of the King in here. Yeah, please. Oh yeah. Yeah, Beriathan alongside this banner. Been a long time coming. Oh god, yeah, this looks amazing, so great. Oh, I'm so glad we were able to do that. Now we need to defeat Haradrim in Upper Lebanon for the epic, but I think we'll get plenty of chances for that as we get more quests. So I think we're actually gonna go first to Glaniath. And that's where Faltharan wanted us to go to look for his father Sirgon. So once again, a really short walk there. Why am I not using my horse? I have no idea. I think I have discussed this already, but there's some charming going by foot. There's some charm of using the steed as well, but most of the time I would actually just walk. Like a wandering traveler, yeah. Yeah, on the books they didn't use that much steeds. You have arrived at Glaniath, but Faltharan is nowhere to be found. The roving threats of Eastern Gondor are interesting. Foes from Harad and the Morgul Vale have been seen throughout Ithilien. Nanoth, a ranger in Bar Húrin, seeks the assistance of a brave hero to defeat the deadliest of these threats. We're gonna take this, but we're not actually gonna be doing this for a while. Deed bestowed, Strongholds of Hope. That's it. The Southern Beacons, Elendoth, Dolbranor, Anklevet, which are beacons on Central Gondor, and these ones are the ones we will discover in Eastern Gondor. So this also follows the trend, right, of having the explorer deed, having you go to the previous area to find some of those locations. Yeah, it seems that was it. Yeah. Anyway, here we have Arvelon.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I have not seen the man you describe, traveler. I assure you, were the Lord Regent to visit our village, his presence would be known to us all. You are welcome to await his arrival here, and perhaps you might be of aid to me in the meantime.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
I have been trying for days now to convince the people to leave, to seek shelter in Tumladen. It is a great and fortified shelter for our people, one of a few in Gondor, and the brother to one that lies within the lands of Rohan. It is more than able to house all of the people of Lebanon and beyond, and its walls would keep us from the growing war in Gondor. My folk are headstrong, traveler. They think that since Pelargir has been reclaimed and no foes have come to our doors that we are safe. I do not think it so. Would you speak to them for me? Urge them to reconsider before it is too late. So the brother to the one that lies in Rohan, do you mean Helm's Deep?
There's naught but ill omens these days.
If we are to remain here, as I fear many will, we must better prepare ourselves. When the Corsairs came to Pelargir, we fled the plains back into our homes, and in doing so, we left a great deal of wood behind. I have seen shadows moving among the trees to the south, and I fear it can only be the Haradrim come from across the river. We can lift wood as well as any might, but we cannot fend off swordsmen of their skill. If you would seek them out and recover our wood, we could keep the fires lit and rest a mite easier. So you see, we'll get many chances
May I help you, friend?
of defeating Haradrim as we go. There was the Stable Master, here we have the Milestone. Hador. Are you the same Hador that was stealing chickens in West Gondor? I don't think so. We have lost so much already. I cannot bear to lose my children as well. I shall heed your request, traveler. Yeah, please do that. Don't be a fool. If we surrender to fear now, then for what were all our toils? Have it your way. Let the enemy blot out the sky, I shall not be moved. Yeah, you sure? The enemy most likely is gonna move you if you don't. Rise. Lathway, please tell me you have some sense. I would sooner burn my crops than abandon my home. Who are you to speak for the steward? Livery of Elendil on the chest, do you see? I think I'm very qualified. Stop second guessing me.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
I cannot say. I'm surprised that many of them ignored your advice to seek shelter. They have paid me no mind either since the skies went dark. Still, I thank you for trying on my behalf. I only wish to see my people safely through this war, but it remains their choice to make. Yeah, it seems there's nothing else we can do with these people. They are very stubborn. That brings to mind. You remember when the Fellowship was entering Lorien and Gimli refused to be blindfolded and the elves were critiquing the stubbornness of dwarves, and then Legolas refused to be blindfolded and Aragorn said the same about the elves? Well, I'm very much inclined to say the same now about men. What do we got here? Haradrim Slayer in Eastern Gondor, 120. Stop it, please. Now, I have a feeling that there is a treasure cache somewhere around here. I do hope at some point these treasure caches will become easier to find. I know in some of the newer areas, newer zones, they have become easier to find. Most of them you still need to go around looking for a couple, but not every single one of them. But I don't remember if that will happen here in Eastern Gondor, or if we still need to wait a little bit longer before those caches become a little bit easier to find. Doesn't seem to be the case. Oh. Prize. just need a couple more Haradrim for the epic too, so let us do that. Okay. Oh, there is a beacon over here. Yeah, and the other one seems to be here, on the way to Sirthanc. Yeah. So those two beacons will be relatively simple to find, I hope. Peace. Time to unlock new deeds. How many beasts? 120 as well. Okay. So first of all, let us talk to Arvelon, and let us see if we find out what happened to Faltharan. This doesn't seem right.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
If my people will not be moved, I am thankful that you have kept us from harm. This wood will keep our fires lit for some time. I just hope to see the sun again one day.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Ah, my friend, the Lord Regent has arrived in Glaniath. I heard a great commotion by the Western Road as he rode in, and he has made it known that he seeks his father, who was lost in the conflict at Pelargir. Our folk have heard many strange things of late, but I am not certain of his whereabouts. Perhaps he has already spoken to the others of such matters. You have been a great help to me and my folk, Beriathan. I hope your charge bears fruit, for the sake of all in Lebanon. The Western Gate. Why would you come through the Western Gate instead of the South Gate? I have no idea. So maybe that's why we didn't find each other until now.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Ah, there you are, Beriathan. I was beginning to worry that you had set off without me. The folk of Glaniath have told me the Haradrim passed by along the roads to the west and south, and did not halt their advance to attack. These folk have also spoken of hearing wicked cries of a man among the ranks. I hope my father yet lives, but I fear the tortures the Haradrim might inflict upon him if he is indeed their prisoner. The roadway to the west passes to the north and leads up a great hill to one of the south beacons of Lebanon. Let us follow it and see if we can discover where the Haradrim have gone. Oh, you're gonna follow me, okay. A shield of Pelargir, a fitting sword. We will be coming to one of those beacons, so I'm enjoying helping you so far, Faltharan. So, okay, I see the road there. Nothing else to see here, it seems. Haradrim have overrun the road leading up to the beacon. Oh, jeez. Enough with the disarms. Oh, really? Move forth and defeat the leader of the Haradrim. Simple enough. I do want to clear the way of enemies. Because now that I have my Banner of Gondor, I want to take full advantage of it. Awesome. So for example, there you have it. The beacon of Sirthanc. Okay. Let us defeat first the Haradrim warrior, maybe. That way Faltharan phases out. There he comes. Haradrim Slaver. As the Haradrim Slaver falls defeated, you can hear the labored breaths of a man nearby. You have discovered Lord Sirgon of Pelargir, bound and barely standing. Oh my god! So glad to see you're alive. They were trying to get a ransom of you, maybe? Too weakened to support himself, Lord Sirgon falls to the ground.
These are troublesome times indeed.
I had begun to lose hope, my friend, but I fear our journey is not yet over. My father's condition is greatly concerning. He looks starved to the bone and his wounds risk infection. I wish to look over his wounds, but I do not wish him to see the worry in my eyes. Speak to him and draw his attention for a moment.
Will we ever see the sun again?
Sirgon gazes into the distance at the ruin of Pelargir, his eyes heavy and laden with tears. He musters a weak smile as you approach him. I believed none yet lived to search for me, but you have proven me wrong, Warden. You have renewed the hope that the men of Harad stole from me as they forced me to watch my city burn. I may be but a lord of ruins, but my family lives yet and there is still a dawn waiting to pierce the skies.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
My father needs the care of a healer, and Pelargir is no place for the wounded. There is a fortified haven nestled in the mountains to the east, known as Tumladen. It is a shelter to my people during times of war, and indeed, many of the folk of Lebanon and Lotharnach have already sought refuge within its walls. It is there I must bring my father, and with haste.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
With Pelargir in such ruin, Tumladen may be well the only shelter that still remains in Lebanon. While I long to look upon my wife and son again in Ostanglebet, we have come too far to make such a journey. My father is in dire need of food and rest, and I too grow weary, for bearing this blade and armor so long has tired me greatly. I know you desire to rejoin Lord Angbor, but if you would meet me and my father in Tumladen, I can aid you in readying yourself for the journey ahead. The gate wardens have been known to refuse outsiders during times of war, but if you mention my name, I am certain they shall let you pass. Okay. So finding Sirgon was easier than I expected. But well, I'm glad that's done. Come, Garliv. Yeah, can you see the ruins of Pelargir from here? Yeah, you can. Awesome. Now, once again, come here, Garliv. We have a couple pictures to take before we leave. First of all, the beacon. I do enjoy the sight of most of these beacons. Second of all, come here, Garliv. There we go. Yeah, this one over here. Like the beacon in the distance, like this. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Yeah, I dig it. Oh. Would you mind? Yeah, thank you. Of course, all the Haradrim have respawned. We can avoid most of them. And now we can go to Tumladen. I mean, we were told that Glaniath was a very small town, but Wasn't expecting it to be that small. 3 quests, was it, that we got in Glaniath? And that was it? And now we are heading towards Tumladen? I mean, not complaining or anything, just surprised. I was expecting at least a couple more quests in Glaniath and Lebanon. Yeah, let us right now. Let's see how far can we get this episode. Here we have some walks, some recipes. I mean, I think we've gotten all the Westamnet recipes. But we can still check that. We have Tumladen, and maybe from up here we have a better view of it. And maybe, just maybe, is there a treasure cache around here? No? What a shame. But at least we got a clear view of Tumladen here, which is also the valley where Gondolin was hidden, right? In the first stage. Discover Tumladen. You have arrived at the fortified settlement of Tumladen.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
What interest have you in Tumladen, traveler? You explained your adventures with Faltharan and Lord Sirgon and your desire to reunite with them. Ah, so that's it then. Yes, the Lord and his son arrived quite recently, but how can I be certain of your intent? Kneel before the gate ward and swear your loyalty to Gondor. I mean... Come on! You want me to kneel? Yeah, sure. Very well, on your feet. I shall allow your entry, but do not make me regret trusting you. Come on! Look at me! Are you even looking at me? Jeez, I mean, you can rest easy. I'm not gonna hurt you or anything. Tumladen has become home to many displaced refugees. I mean, still kinda upset about that. I know I shouldn't, but come on! How often do you get visitors from Minas Tirith? Do all of them need to do this? That I have done? I don't think so. Faltharan, here you are.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Ah, Beriathan, at last you have arrived. My father and I were beginning to worry that you were not coming after all. In our short time here, I have heard peculiar things, but there are more pressing matters at hand. Such as?
Darkness is a weight on my mind.
My father's health is of great concern to me, Beriathan. Although he has been in good spirits since we freed him from his captors, his flesh has grown pale and his breaths are growing more labored by the hour. I have yet to find a healer within Tumladen, though I am certain one must be here. However, I learned of interesting things from the Rangers of the North before they left Pelargir. They spoke of Kingsfoil as a herb of great restorative use and gave it the name of Athalas. Can you imagine such things? Kingsfoil is not but a weed. Yet, I cannot leave any stone unturned. If you would seek out Kingsfoil outside Tumladen and return it to me, I would be grateful. Also, if you happen upon any food within Tumladen, even a mere loaf of bread, it would greatly aid my father's recovery. Ah, you have another one, okay.
Ill omens these days.
When my father and I arrived here, the gate warden told us of the many folk of Minas Tirith seeking shelter within these walls. Many indeed. From what I can tell, they seem to delight in rumor-mongering, and I do not blame them, for thinking of unbelievable tales and happenings may be the only respite from this encroaching darkness. For my part, I have heard little of Minas Tirith in recent days, and I suspect that the folk here might know more. Speak to them while I tend to my father and tell me of what you learn. Oh yes, please. We are also very interested in learning more about Minas Tirith in the last few days. I mean, how long have we been away from Minas Tirith? 9 months at least. If we go by the timeline from Appendix B. Well, Beriathan's backstory: he left Minas Tirith shortly after Boromir on a different errand. They didn't travel together, but they did follow the same road. So Boromir left in June, mid-June I believe it was. So Beriathan must have left Minas Tirith at July, mid-July at most, I believe. So yeah, we've been away a long time. Yeah, 9 months at least. I'm also very eager to find out what's been happening in Minas Tirith since we left. Please, somebody will tell me. Let us gather up the Kingsfoil really quick, so that we can learn more of the White City. What has happened to it? I mean, I have some news on my own that I think the people of Minas Tirith would also find interesting, to say the least, but I want to get my share of news as well. Come on, not a single treasure cache in here, what a disappointment. That Pelargir? No, that's Glaniath. Oh, alright. But yeah, Pelargir is there on the horizon, not too far. Jeez. Where's the Kingsfoil? Okay. Another one in here. Two more of these, please. Just two more. Just one more. This waterfall looks really nice. Now, Kingsfoil. Here. Oops. Alright. Now back to the entrance. Oh, here we have the milestone. I missed it before. Let me grab it. Now, for the task at hand, refugees from Minas Tirith. Nimbath and her child.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
A warden or not, you would be wise to seek shelter here, traveler. The steward showed great wisdom in sending us to safety. Minas Tirith's defenses are great, but even greater are the forces of the enemy who would see it torn down stone by stone. Yeah, but my place is at Minas Tirith, so don't try to keep me away from it.
My family family says that it is dangerous outside.
Do you think we'll be safe here? My mother says we will be, but she hasn't spoken much since we arrived here. Father stayed in Minas Tirith to guard the gates, but I wish he had come along with us. If you travel that way, you'll look after him, won't you? Of course! Who's your father? If your father is looking at the gates, is he Inkbold? Is he Hurin? Who is your father exactly?
As we left Minas Tirith, I saw smoke rising from Osgiliath.
Do you plan to travel to Minas Tirith? I would advise you to rethink your course. If the city is not already besieged, it soon will be. Much of my family has been evacuated, but my sons remain behind at the request of their commander. They will defend the city, and are glad for the chance. But I am afraid for them. As we left Minas Tirith, I saw smoke rising from Osgiliath. I hope Faramir holds it still, but I do not know how long even he can last. He is the son of the steward and very brave, but I have heard that the armies arrayed against us are vast and uncaring. I have heard also that Boromir left on an errand to the north, and has not yet returned. I would feel better for my sons if Boromir returned and stood on the front lines, may it be soon. Right now, we await word that it is safe to return to the city. Tumladen has enough supplies for its garrison, now absent, so we should be able to stay as long as necessary, but I hope this is resolved quickly. Yeah, but I hate to break the news to you, but Boromir is not coming back. And I know the people of Minas Tirith trusted him a lot, and he was a beacon of hope for the entire city, but he is not coming back. I'm sorry to be the bearer of ill news, but on the other hand, here we have Faltharan and Sirgon.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Thank you, friend. Although I am certain it was a simple task, you can understand my hesitation to leave my father's side with him in such health. My father still needs the aid of a healer, but I have hope that this will hasten his recovery. That was it. A very short quest line, if you ask me. But well, once again, glad that we were able to find Sirgon. Now we can focus on the task ahead, which is moving east towards Minas Tirith. We don't need to worry about Faltharan or Sirgon, they will be safe here. Another refugee.
They say I am too old to fight.
Even if the desire to protect my home and my family burns as brightly within my bosom as it does within those of younger men, I am not afraid to die, if that death were to be in service of Steward Denethor or his brave sons. Still, I have been carted here to wait for the end with the children and the women. What justice is there in that? They say the son of the steward holds Osgiliath, but how long can he hope to stand against all the armies that pour out of these? The city has changed hands before, but it seems to this old man that the next time it falls may be the last. When that happens, I think they will rue sending us away. The White City will have need of folk to wield swords, no matter their ages. Mark my words, and mark them well. Yeah, I hope you're wrong, but I don't think you will be. Arthamon and his child.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
I do not believe I would ever think such things, but I am glad to be so far from my home. I have heard tales of a great army mastering in the ruins of Osgiliath, and though the steward has sent his son, I fear for us all in the coming days. Yeah, you can't blame them. A Marian. And a child, okay, good.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
Do you know what happened in Pelargir? The people of Glaniath that have come to Tumladen have told of hearing a great chorus of screams, even from so far away. What happened to the Corsairs and why do their ships still sail on the Anduin? Lord Angbor has come. He does not speak to us openly as he once did. You tell the woman only that you cannot speak on the matter. Why do you keep secrets from us? Does the war go so poorly?
Hello there.
Hello there. You look like a real adventurer. Are you really a hero? The boy looks at you with wide eyes and an admiring expression. You must be journeying to Minas Tirith. They are going to need you there. I am certain of it. There's going to be a war. It may have already started. Are you going to be in the thick of the fighting? I would be if they let me. I heard there was a halfling in the White City. I did not see him, but he could not have been much taller than I am, and I wager he will be allowed to fight. Why not me? I heard tell he was a friend of Mithrandir, the great pilgrim. Perhaps that is the reason. Some folk have all the good fortune, and leave none for the rest of us. It is not fair. Yeah, you don't want to be inside the city when the fight comes. I admire your bravery, but it's foolish. Don't do that. Don't throw your life away.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I have heard tales of many strange things at the Battle of Pelargir, but I do not know what truth there is to any of them. You traveled with Lord Sirgon and his son. What have you seen? The man's face sinks as you remain silent. Forgive me, traveler. I only wished to keep my hopes up. And keep your hopes up, but I cannot tell you anything. I mean, I hope to be crushing all your hopes, but I cannot tell you anything. Your hope will come back soon eventually, when you learn what I know, but it's not the time for that yet. Bring the news you wanted, Faltharan. I also got the news I wanted as well.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
I share their concerns, my friend. These are uncertain times, and the fates of many may be decided by the actions of a few. It saddens me that their curiosity about the Battle of Pelargir must go unanswered for the moment, but the Rangers have bidden me to keep my silence. Let us hope that Lord Angbor and Aragorn can reach Minas Tirith in time to repel the enemy. Yeah, let us hope. You're right.
Darkness is a weight on my mind.
I have never seen Tumladen so filled with the people of Gondor. I suppose it should not surprise me, but it is a marvel nonetheless. You have done much for my father and me, Beriathan, and I think it is time at last for you to rejoin Lord Angbor and his host. It has been difficult to discern who truly leads the guards here with so many folk milling about. But perhaps you would do well to speak to whomever does. I have seen many guards patrolling the roads nearby, and I am certain they can guide you to their captain. Yeah, there goes one. Wait. Wait for me, wait!
There's naught but ill omens these days.
You wish to speak with the captain of the guard? You should seek out Tumladen at the barracks near the entrance to Tumladen. He leads the defense of Tumladen even in times of peace. Okay, so both of them are really close by. The Epic and Tumladen, the captain. So let us talk to Tumladen first. Here we have the barracks.
I beg your pardon.
Ha! You think I still speak for anyone here? No. That honor was taken from me the moment the steward's sister arrived. She speaks so surely of what she does not know, and those that seek shelter here will lend their ears to any whose voices boom above the rest. If talk is what you desire, then seek her out in the Great Hall. As for me, I shall keep these people safe from the enemy. Lady Terenis. Denethor's steward? A Denethor's sister then? Am I right? Did Denethor have a sister? I don't remember that. We're already here, might as well talk with Lord Angbor, but we cannot leave Tumladen yet.
You have done good work here.
You have done good work here. I suspected that we would find these havens full of refugees from the White City, which means that the war will soon be joined if it has not already begun. 4,000 swords travel slowly, but when they arrive they will make all their points with sharp arguments. We must make sure their path is free of obstruction. There's a good place to cross the river Edwy to the south, but it is held by the Haradrim. Let us go to the crossings and defeat the Southrons so my army can pass. Any Haradrim in Upper Lebanon pose a threat to the crossings, and they must be stopped. So we are still in Haradrim's lair duty, but once again we cannot leave Tumladen yet. Let us look for Lady Terenis. So let us check this area of the port. We haven't checked that much yet. I mean, here we have the market, which we might need to visit soon. And another bridge in here towards the Great Hall. Very crowded as well. Sister of Denethor, okay, I didn't remember you. Sorry if you were mentioned at some point in the books. Really sorry.
Why do you interrupt me?
Greetings, Warden. Am I to presume that you traveled with Lord Angbor? If he has arrived, I have much to ask him of the war. You informed Lady Terenis that you traveled with the Lord of Pelargir and his son, but intend to rejoin Angbor. So, you were at Pelargir then. You have my attention, for the moment.
What is the meaning of this?
You must forgive me if I am too direct, but I wish to learn more of the battle at Pelargir. You have traveled here safely and our walls remain unbreached, so I can only assume you found victory, but I am curious as to how. The Corsairs had many men, certainly many more than we could equal, especially after the great mastering at my brother's city. How then did they fail? Was it the valor of a few great men? And most curious of all, why do their ships still sail on the Anduin? Lord Angbor has just arrived, so I am told, so perhaps I shall ask him as well. You tell Lady Terenis that both you and Lord Angbor have taken an oath to keep secret the truth of the battle at Pelargir. Oh, have you now? I offer you a choice, Beriathan. Either tell me of the truth, convince Lord Angbor to speak of the battle, or I shall have you thrown into a cell for plotting against the people of Gondor. Oh, right. No way. Yeah, as hard a nut to crack as her brother. How are we going to get out of this one? I wonder. Because yeah, much like Denethor, Lady Terenis doesn't seem to be someone you wanna cross. Or someone who would give up easily. So, what are we gonna do now? No, this is not the way out the city. Angbor, here you are. It is good to see you again, Beriathan. I trust you followed the boy on his errand? I had a suspicion you would, my friend, for you are a man of honor. Yet, if what you say is true, Aragorn was wise to send me here. The lady has not such power, I assure you. You need not fear imprisonment. You see, I bear a missive on his behalf meant for the lady's eyes only. The war shall not wait upon her stubbornness, so let us quell her curiosity and continue to the east. Interesting, cool, yeah. Aragorn has told me much of Lady Terenis, though she was much younger when last they knew each other. Even then, she had a keen wit about her, and when that failed, a decidedly sharp tongue. You say she noticed the ships as they sailed, as he expected, and he will see that she learns of the fate of Pelargir before her curiosity drives these people into a misplaced fervor. The true challenge for her, I suspect, will be keeping such knowledge to herself. As it is with you and I, she too shall be bound by an oath to Aragorn, an oath to a king. We shall go to her in her hall, and speak of this when you are ready. Let us be done with this errand, Beriathan, for 4,000 men should not wait upon the meddling of nosy folk, even if they are king of the Steward. Let us ease the lady's curiosity, shall we?
Sent by Aragorn himself, Lord Angbor the Fearless has come to Tumladen, bearing news of the victory at Pelargir for Lady Terenis, as well as tidings that might assuage her fears of her brother's fate.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
There she stands, Beriathan. Come, let us be done with this errand. Only for my king do I do this. I could have done that, had he given me a letter as well. I have come bearing a missive for your eyes alone, Lady Terenis. I should put an end to your curiosity and to your foolish threats against Beriathan. There is no need for all this posturing, Angbor. If you will tell me what I wish to know, I shall not stand in your way. Come, both of you, join me by the fire. And some wonder why I chose the life of a warrior, not a diplomat. Well, not me. I totally get you. It is interesting that you have gone so far out of your way to visit Tumladen. Indeed it is, but I would not ignore the command of my captain and my king. You see, the man you once knew as Thorongil has returned to Gondor, and in his wake there is a force unlike any I have ever imagined. Thorongil! It cannot be! He was a man in my youth. Would not he have grown old after so many years? His age is absent in his face, but it is he, Aragorn as he is now known. Only he could have won such a victory at Pelargir. I knew it! I knew victory had been won! You must tell me of it, Angbor. Aragorn has bidden me to tell you of this, that it may ease your mind and give you hope for the fate of the White City. But you must swear an oath to never speak of these truths, just as Beriathan and I have. If Thorongil has bidden it, I shall obey. I swear upon the lives of my sons and my brother that I shall never speak of this again. I shall hold you to your word, my lady, for the fate of Gondor may rest on it. Very well. I was fighting at Lingir against the Corsairs and Southrons, and a wave of dread passed over all of that battle. I stood firm, unwilling to abandon the city to the enemy, but the others, they fled. All of them, my men, the Southrons and the Corsairs. And then I saw it, the banner of a king and the vast, terrifying force that followed him. They were men, yes, but the forms of the dead walked amongst them and fought alongside their captain. When he lifted his helmet, I knew his face at once. Thorongil had returned, and I swore myself to his service at once. Onward we fought into the east until we reached Pelargir. The Corsairs held it entirely and would not have been moved if not for him. The dread swept over the entire Corsair force and drove them into the Great River. For that deed, he freed the dead from their curse and now sails upriver to the White City on the Corsairs' empty ships. The enemy knows not of his plan, and they must not learn of it until it is too late. This is beyond belief, and yet I hear truth in your voice. I shall not endanger my brother or Thorongil. I swear it. I trust that you will not, Terenis. I cannot delay any longer, my lady. I must return to my men before any more time is lost. Angbor, thank you. Do not thank me yet. Remain here for a time, Beriathan. The lady shall have need of you. Of this I am certain. Okay. Glad to help my lady. Now that we see eye to eye. So, yeah. Command. And I will obey.
What is the meaning of this?
I know we have had disagreements, but you will honor Angbor's charge, won't you? I hope I did not make you wish to leave so soon. I fear for the people of Lebanon, and your aid could prove invaluable. You will remain in Tumladen for a time, will you not? Yeah, I will. Seems the people here need my help. And I will rejoin Angbor later.
Why do you interrupt me?
I am sorry for the manner of our meeting, Beriathan. Surely you realize my threats were empty and born only out of desperation. I welcome any aid that you can offer to my people. Yeah, sure, but first let me see what you have to offer. Agility, Vitality, Clerical Reading. Yeah, let us take that. Oh jeez, we are almost out of backspace once again, what a shame. We'll need to visit a vendor soon. And what do we have here? Agility, okay. Vitality. No, I think I'm gonna keep what I have. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have arrived at Tumladen, and we're gonna stay here a little bit longer helping the people in it. So join me next time as we see what needs to be done. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.